Christmas break isn't over until Monday. We can fit in one more holiday tournament on the ISC Sports Network. For the first time, our cameras are inside of the Eagles' Nest at Frankton High School. This is the culmination of 2 days at 4 sites, 18 teams playing in the inaugural Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic. We show you 3 championship games today, presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo on the ISC Sports Network. Game number 1, Demotte Christian against Elwood. Alongside Jan Bozier, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Thank you so much for joining us. And Jan, you and I are alike in this. We have had the honor of having Frankton in a state championship game in years gone by. We never called a game in here. This is a great venue they have here at Frankton High School.
Old school. You love it. You walk in, you know when a gym's got a stage on it, you know it's old school. So I fit right in. This is awesome.
And again, Frankton, Elwood, Alexandria, Blackford, they are half of the Central Indiana Conference, kind of hence the name of this tournament. But Jan, basically the entire state is covered. Crothersville to the south, Tri-Township, Demotte Christian to the northwest, Smith Academy out of Fort Wayne. They literally have come from all over the state, primarily 1A and 2A teams. Everybody gets 3 games here in this tournament.
I really like this. I like it a lot. A lot of 1A, a lot of 2A, and some 3A sprinkled in. It gives us a chance to see a lot of teams, Greg, that we normally don't get to see. It should be a ton of fun today.
The team that is on your screen is the Elwood Panthers, and they are a team that is trending in the right direction. They have not had a winning season at Elwood since 2014. They come in 5-3 and frankly have won their last 2 games handily. Their head coach is also the athletic director in terms of Ryan Van Skyok. He has put a lot of effort into trying to lift up the athletic program, which has struggled at times over the last years at Elwood. There's promise and hope for the Panthers this year.
Yeah, there really is. And, you know, this is timing for them is really perfect because they've won some games. They're getting a little better. And right now is a perfect time to get some tournament experience and really see if you can make some improvement in your ball club.
On the flip side for Demotte Christian, they are a relatively new IHSAA school. They have been an IHSAA member since 2010. We'll tell you more about them. We'll step aside for the national anthem. Starting lineups, opening tip-off. Come your way next on the ISC Sports Network.
Brewer jams it home. That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Oh, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn. What a swim. 6 of them.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Starters being introduced for Demotte Christian, and we were starting to tell their story. Demotte Christian for many years was known as Covenant Christian. There were 2 Covenant Christians in the state of Indiana, that being the group on the west side of Indianapolis, and this group located in Demotte in northwest Indiana. For example, you heard of Kankakee Valley High School, that is in Demotte, Indiana as well. Demotte Christian has had some good success the last few years. They won a sectional 2 years ago. Last year, a bit of a rebuilding year at 9-15. But Jan, 6-1, 7-man rotation for head coach Ethan McCamick, but 7 guys that can really play.
Yeah, they really can. You're talking about that sectional championship in 2024, and really not a bad season even last year, down just a little bit, but they're playing very solid now at 6-1. And the key for them, Greg, as you look, they're really putting up points. Last year they were only putting up 46. This year they're putting up 63. So their offense has really kind of kicked in.
6'6" senior Tony Boss III catches your attention. 20 points, 10 rebounds a game, 4 assists a contest. Tanyan Baker, 16 points and 8 rebounds a game for Demotte Christian. Again, the Elwood Panthers being introduced as we speak. The way this tournament works, 18 teams played games at 3 different sites yesterday. You were placed into a 3-team pool. There were 6 of them. The 6 pool winners advance to championship games. So really what we're playing is kind of 3 16 tournaments over the course of these 3 days. Everybody played twice yesterday. Everybody played once today. Second place teams played second place teams today. Third place teams played third place teams today. But the 3 games you will see presented by our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo, these are all teams that won their pool a day ago.
You know,
I know you got some keys, Jan. What do you have for us?
Well, let's take a look at the keys. I mean, obviously defensive pressure, because Elwood doesn't score a lot. They have to win it on the defensive side. Transition points, that's a little more Demotte. Winning tempo, both these teams play a little bit type of tempo. They got to play what fits comfortably for them on their offensive side.
Rodney Chamberlain is our lead official for today's contest. We appreciate you spending your Saturday afternoon and evening with us. Games at 4, 6, and 8 o'clock today. Jumping at center for Elwood. Braden Etchison, the senior. Tony Voss III has the honors for Demotte Christian. Elwood, a 2A school. Demotte Christian in 1. And
that didn't take long.
Is good to start the game. 3 seconds in for Demotte Christian and Nate Rotier.
I'm not so sure that was somewhat of a planned deal, because he really tipped that hard and they got a breakaway. That's not a bad first play.
And again, given the proximity of Elwood, great crowd here for the Panthers. Frankton plays the next game, so the Frankton folks will start filling in here as well. Good traveling contingent from Northwest Indiana following Demotte Christian.
Here's that patience of Elwood. We talked about the fact, Greg, they just really need to be patient and play hard on the defensive side.
Demotte Christian averaging 63 a game. Elwood in the upper 40s. Again, Elwood will be deliberate. They got an open look from 3. Do not get it to go. Rotier the rebound. 8 points and 4 rebounds a game for Rotier.
Not a bad look. You'll take that shot.
Demotte Christian wins against Tri-Township in the Comets of Eastern of Greentown from not too far away.
Demotte may have a little bit of a height advantage on the boards. That's where Elwood's really going to have to really check out to stay competitive on the boards.
Demotte has not been a great three-point shooting team this year. 26% of the season coming into the weekend. 46% from the floor. Last year, Elwood, 5 wins. 2 previous seasons, 8 wins. Elwood wants a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, Elwood got no man's land there, saved a possession.
This Elwood team had wins against North White and Smith Academy out of Fort Wayne. Came into the weekend at 3-3. They actually opened at Tri-Township. And Tri-Township, again, is a little further north than Demotte Christian, if you know your Indiana geography. Wins against Tri-Township, Union of Modoc, and this is the big one for Elwood, beating Madison Grant on December the 12th. Already the Panthers have burned a quick 30-second timeout.
Yeah, it's kind of a rivalry game for them through the years.
Big time.
Madison Grant not too far down the road from Elwood. Been there a few times.
Not just a conference school, but the next door neighbor
it is.
for Elwood.
There are Argyles. I think Elwood talked about, listen, you cannot continue to move backwards. You got to stay moving downhill.
Shot does not go. Again, 2 good looks from 3, but could not knock it down. That was Bryce Schuler, a senior. And again, frankly, Ryan is still in teaching mode with this Elwood program. You know, you are still sweating every detail, every possession. You're still thinking big pictures. You're trying to kind of rebuild things at Elwood.
And that's why when you can play 2 or 3 games, that's how you get better. If you're not playing games, you're going to be in the gym doing something.
Elwood was off for 2 weeks. They did not play last weekend like a lot of schools did. Normally, everybody has a holiday tournament now. You played this weekend or last weekend. One of the two. A handful of schools did both.
Well, if you're not playing well, you want to get better. If you're playing well, the last thing you don't want to do is not play.
Good double by the Panthers. Demotte Christian's had no problem playing at Elwood's tempo so far. And offensive foul. So Rotier commits the foul.
Pretty good defense that time. We talked about in the opening, if you're Elwood right now and you're going to win this, it's got to start with the defensive side. I like that call. I thought the defense really was aggressive. If you hustle on defense, don't think for a second the officials don't notice that, because they do.
Full court pickup here by the Knights of Demotte Christian. And because he stood up, that's a travel.
Can't do that.
If he had stayed on a knee, he was fine.
Exactly right.
He stands up, that's a problem.
Well, you can tell right off the bat if you're Elwood, you're not going to dribble through this pressure. Demotte's really putting pressure on the guards early, so you pass through that, Greg. You don't dribble.
Demotte Christian, after this weekend down south, returns home for a pair of road games. Both will be conference games at the Tri-County Cavaliers and at North Newton as well.
Demotte's got some decent size on this ball club.
Yes, they do. Catch and shoot three is good.
Really good offense. Patience. Got a standalone way beyond the arc shot. Really nice.
Daniel Baker, a 6'1 senior, makes it 5-0 for Demotte Christian here in the early going. And their lone loss was to Couts. Got routed by the Mustangs back on December the 5th.
Elwood needs to get something here. Now it's only 5-0, but what you don't want to do if you're Elwood is dig a hole. They're not built really just to get out of huge holes. Everything's outside. You got to get somebody cutting to the middle or down baseline.
Catch and shoot three. Does not go, and Elwood now 0 of 3 from three-point range. Now numbers for Demotte Christian. Ball poked away. Quick hands that time by Elwood's Bryce Schuler. Ethan Cassis will check in for Elwood as the senior replaces his fellow senior in Schuler. It's a senior-laden Elwood roster.
It really is. A lot of seniors on Demotte, too.
Basket cut. Good look that would not go for Demotte Christian. Shot taken and missed by Ben Isis. Man-to-man so far for the visitors in blue. Cassis just got rid of that in time.
Well, what you can't do guard-wise, Greg, is pick up your dribble. They have got to maintain dribble and move towards the bucket. If you pick up that dribble, Demotte really wants to trap you outside.
Christian has held two opponents to under 30 points this year. One of them yesterday, steps called in terms of Tri-Township. Second Elwood turnover. Substitutions for each side. For Elwood, Connor Wooten will check in, a junior. Brock Tooney, 7 points and 4 rebounds a game. 5'11 junior. Jan mentioned it, 6 seniors on the roster for Demotte Christian. And give it to him.
Yep.
And again, that's the size that is somewhat uncommon for a 1A school as Tony Voss gets it to go.
Yeah, Voss 6'6", and that's a matchup problem for these Elwood Panthers, but that's what you want to do when you have this length advantage, is take advantage of it. Height is no good if you don't use it.
And Voss connects. He was 12 of 13 in the first 5 games of the year for the Knights. For the free throw line, and Demotte Christian now to an 8-0 lead. Really cranking up the defensive intensity now.
Yeah, what I was able to find out about Demotte is they love to pressure.
That three, no good. And again, it's been all from outside the arc for the Panthers. Runner off the window, short. That was Baker that couldn't get it to go.
Really, some of the good news for Elwood, though, Demotte has not really hit the offensive board yet. So Elwood's still in this thing a little bit. They need to get some points, though.
The pull-up from 16 misses everything. And Boss, the uncontested rebound. Nice spin move. Better dive. Camping in the corner, not making the three. Again, Boss, for his size, averages more than 4 assists a game, and that was a rugged foul that was committed by Elwood. That's Etchison.
Yep.
Second foul called against the Panthers so far in today's game. And our first of 3. Frankton and Highland, or Heritage, excuse me. Randolph Southern and Blackford, our championship games today. Gallegos commits the foul. Blaze Jones now comes in for Elwood. Blaze, a sophomore. Boss wants the screen. Good ball movement by Demotte Christian. Even finds a guy it wasn't intended for a 3. And that'll be touched last by Demotte Christian, out of bounds to the Panthers.
Etchison really with pretty good inside position that time for the Panthers. Well, you're right, Greg. Demotte is really stretching the half court. They've got people really stretched on both baselines and the front that really, they just challenge the defense. You're going to come out and get us? If you do, you're going to really open up the middle.
Christian in sectional number 50 at the 1A level. One of 4 teams in that group that has already 6 wins this season. On the drive, best take of the game so far by Elwood. Just could not finish. Good Gallegos. Deep 3, no.
Good hustle. Elwood got a finger on it, wasn't able to get it.
Boss. And that is touched last by Elwood. Elwood defending awfully hard, just can't get a shot to go.
Yeah, and if they have any shot at all, they have to do that. It's not even an option. They have to. Talked about that in the keys of the game. They're a ball club that is still trying to find their offense a little bit, and so you've got to supplement with really, really good defense.
Elwood did have a game against Bluffton. They scored just 16 points. It was back on December the 13th.
You can see in your picture right now. Look at the spacing at Demotte.
Boss got fouled. And again, that's realizing you've got a big that can pass. Just play off of him.
Yeah. And what they like to do out of that is Boss likes to dribble drive, and then he gets a matchup problem, and he can really take somebody to the rim one-on-one. He's probably going to win that battle with his length.
Just 3 field goals so far for Demotte Christian, but when you are pitching a shutout, those loom large.
Yeah.
7 minutes in. And makes them both. So far, he's the only Knight to attempt a free throw and has made all 3.
Well, Elwood's not a ball club that can shoot themselves out of this ball game, meaning you've got to get good shots.
Schuler had to change in midair. Going to be a foul on the floor. Wipe away the shot.
Good offensive look by Etchison. Like to see that. That's another fundamental aspect. When you're a ball club, Greg, that's not really offensively efficient, you can do the fundamental things, hitting the glass, do those types of things, and help your cause a lot. I thought Etchison really went to the board hard. He's got some length to do that.
Only negative for Demotte Christian. That's the second foul on Rotier. He'll sit. Shot was blocked. And it will stay here because it was blocked. Yep. Baker.
Oh, I thought it was blocked. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I thought I was seeing things, Greg. I knew it was blocked. They got it. Got to get movement. Got to get movement.
The runner.
Get in there.
Good.
There you go. Downhill. That's what they got to do. I like that a lot. They had a really kind of a open lane, and he recognized that.
And then right back at you. Tony Boss the third, now with 7. Jones gets Elwood off the schneid. Still a 10-point deficit for the Panthers. Good look from 3. That does not go. Put back also.
That's all right. That was a good-looking 3 out of the offense.
On time. Just off target. All Demotte Christian here in the early going from Frankton at our first of 3 championship games of the Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic. We're back after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of Central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
In today's coverage presented by our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is the beverage provider, the hydration partner of 26 high schools in north central Indiana, including 4 that are in this tournament, and that group includes the Elwood Panthers. They've been serving north central Indiana since 1907. Find out more when you log on to cckokomo.com.
I am a Coca-Cola diehard fan. I may lead the league in drinking Diet Cokes. I'm just saying.
You're at the right place, though. 3, no. And again, Demotte Christian has done a great job of limiting second chance points. Boss lines it up and knocks it down.
Inside, outside. Demotte continues just to really live outside that 3 and dare you not to come out.
Boss, a 28% three-point shooter on the season, but the most frequent maker of them for Demotte Christian. And in the weekend, making more than 2 a game. As a team, Knights made just shy of 6 per game. So make it 15-2, and Elwood in danger of losing touch rather quickly in this one.
Gotta move, gotta move.
3 on the left side is good.
There we go.
First made 3 for Elwood. Goes
Needed
down
that.
for Corbin Level.
Needed that.
It's the second field goal of any kind. Boss couldn't answer that time.
Get a board out of it. There you go. Good hustle there.
By Connor Wooten. 3 in the corner for Elwood.
There we
It's
go.
good.
How about that? A little Elwood Panther offense. I like it.
Gallegos gets it to go down. And then Boss is fouled. So Schuler commits the foul.
But you don't mind those threes, Greg, when they make a couple passes and they're wide open. That's a good 3.
They've not taken a bad shot yet, Jen.
Really hinges on this defensive side. How about a little patience from Demotte right now, Greg?
Yeah, they've been fine playing more of Elwood's tempo. Shot does not go, but an immediate crash, and the left hand is good.
See, there's a missed checkout. They got them to take a long shot, but you cannot miss a checkout on the 3 because typically it's a long rebound.
Old school by Baker. Followed his shot immediately. He's got 5, and he averages 16 a game. Wooten down the lane got fouled.
I will say
Foul
this
against the Knights in the quarter.
Sorry, Greg. I will say about Elwood here in the second quarter, they are moving much better without the ball, I think, than they were in the first period, and they're going to have to do that.
So Baker commits the foul. Jackson Gordon back in for Elwood. And just a little miscommunication there. Third Elwood turnover. Elwood back in action on Friday. They go play Muncie Burris. Good skip pass. 3 in the corner. Misses everything. Boss did just enough to fight for the rebound.
Yep.
But it's going to be determined that he, I think, touched last by Elwood. Official simply pointed the opposite direction, but I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it was off the Gordon.
Good help side defense by Elwood there.
Boss does a great job of drawing a double team and then finding a teammate. It really helps you can look over that double team. Good hustle by Elwood. It will stay here, though, with Demotte Christian.
Well, Elwood's not switching much. They're really trying to fight through screens.
Elwood one of 5 teams in their sectional, currently with a winning record.
A tough sectional. Lapel, Tipton, Taylor, Sheridan.
Yeah, there's nobody easy in that
Frankton.
group.
Yeah, that's pretty tough sectional.
First Tipton first year after the retirement of Coach Cliff Hawkins. Boss behind the back, looking for the fancy of assist. Doesn't go. But again, good job to battle to keep it alive. That was Titus Terpstra on the hustle for Demotte Christian. Good basket cut. Great find by Boss.
You got a cutter, getting the ball, and he let him, which is always good when you have a cutter. Good job that time by Demotte.
Tooney with his first field goal. He averages 7 a game. Shot is not going again. You can clearly see that Boss stuffs a lot of stat sheets. Unfortunately, he adds a turnover to that category. Thank Jordan Shue, Vince Morales, our crew behind the scenes on this Saturday afternoon and evening. Maiden voyage into the Eagles' nest. And the home team plays in the next game. Nice head fake and drive, just left the shot short. And Elwood's doing a lot of little things well. Just not making enough jump shots.
Yeah, the offensive has had more movement here in second quarter than it did in the first. To your point, though, still not a lot of points to show for it, though.
Nothing flashy from Baker's really solid. Went up off of 2 feet, squared up, got the bucket to go. And the lead, Baker's doesn't. Second time it's been this many for Demotte Christian. Trying to peel it back.
There you go.
What do they do?
Hanging her in there with threes, Greg.
That's all they have made so far in this quarter.
Stay within 10. Elwood really needs to stay around that 10 mark and hope they can get a run.
Boss lines it up and knocks it home.
He's a tough matchup. He has shown us that he can shoot just about anywhere. He's certainly not afraid to take that three. He's shot a couple of them.
Not many players in 1A, Jan, that have his skill set at 6'6".
Yeah, he is
not many across the state, especially at 1A.
Fine-looking player.
Connorsville dribble check in.
And to your point there as well, you play at the next level at 6'6", you've got to be able to shoot. Because 6'6" at the next level is not, it's good, but it's not huge. But it is for a guard.
That one was wide right the entire time. Touched last, though, by Titus Terpstra. Zylstra, a player that plays on a regular basis. Does not look for his own shot. On the drive, scoop and score.
Kind of looked him off, and then nobody gets backside. He goes baseline. That's a nice little move.
Ethan Cassis becomes the fourth different Elwood player to score. But Elwood has to get a few more stops. They found their offense, but not making a dent yet in a double-digit lead. Lined up, missed it, and that's going to be a foul going the other direction against Titus Terpstra.
You know, Demotte is not a team that through the early part of the season has shot a ton of threes. They average making about 6 or plus a game, but they take about a 22.
Full timeout taken by Demotte Christian. We will take it with them. They lead by 11, 2:29 to play here in quarter number 2. As you're watching the Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Thanks to the wonderful folks at Frankfurt and Elwood as well. So gracious at having us here for this event for the first time. Elwood has found their footing, trying to carve into what's been about a 10-point lead, seemingly most of the way. Nice slip. Nice setup by Elwood.
Yeah, you're right. Better patience by the Panthers. Gotten some good threes. Now all of a sudden they're getting something at the rim.
Three in the corner, and every time that Elwood has kind of felt some momentum, Mike Christian's had an answer for him.
Yeah, and Coach, that's why he called that timeout, because there was not, if you got to switch, you got to yell it, because he was incredibly wide open, and I don't think you would allow him to do that.
So Elwood has taken their 2 30-second timeouts. And again, you would hope at this level, every coach is thinking teaching moments.
Yeah.
But again, when you're a program that you're trying to kind of rebuild from the ground up, I think that's even more stress for this Elwood program.
Yeah, that may have been as much a communication problem as anything, because we heard him clear up here. He goes, listen, that's multiple games now where the people have been absolutely wide open. And this team especially, you cannot allow. They're a pretty good three-point shooting ball club.
Gallegos takes a contested three.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. That was really a good timeout to have a teaching moment. It really was. Because those are the things right now, early half the season, you got to get fixed.
Well, clearly Elwood has, while they've made some threes, also figured, all right, there's a driving lane here for us as well.
It's recognition. What is there? What has the defense allowed you to do? And they have figured out that they are able to get that dribble drive.
Terpstra in the lane. Again, good find. Demotte Christian has just kept running their stuff. Really turned it over there.
Minute 6, 10-point lead. Elwood gets something here. They're right in this thing.
Partner, I think you have said it well. If they can get this at single digits at halftime, I think they can feel good. Gallegos, not that time.
Wow, that was way outside.
Demotte might might think about holding for one here. They won't be able to do that because stepping on the baseline.
Yep.
Was Isis.
Pretty good defense by the Panthers. Now you've got a good 25 seconds. No need to take a 27-footer here unless it's a time factor. Work yourself. You've been able to get to the rim. Man, you can get something here, get it under 10, have a little momentum. Greg, that's not a bad first half.
Rotier back in with 2 fouls. He's going to play this very carefully for Demotte Christian. Cassius, a quick glance at the clock. Elbow jump shot, no.
Good hustle.
No, the rebound. And Rotier does just enough to fend him off. And we are at halftime. Demotte Christian has led the entire way, but Elwood has not gone away. At the break, our score, Knights 27, Panthers 17. Halftime coverage comes right next as you're watching the Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic, presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Brewer Jim's at home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122.60 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
You see the banner for the Central Indiana Conference. Again, a lot of teams that are playing in this event. Part of that league: Oak Hill, Mississinawa, Madison, Grant, Eastbrook, Blackford, Elwood, Frankton, and Alexandria. And you will see several of those teams tonight on the ISC Sports Network. You will see Frankton in the next game. You will see Blackford in the finale. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you. Demotte Christian leads at 27-17 over Elwood. Jan, your thoughts on half number one?
Well, I think Elwood made some nice adjustments. They got pretty comfortable with the long three early on, and that got them behind early because they didn't hit any of them. And their defense wasn't bad. Thought their defense was better in quarter two, but their offense really became alive, meaning they made much better decisions. Rim was open, they went, and then they supplemented that with some threes.
Tony Boss's numbers got your attention coming in. His game backed that up. Janie's got a game-high 13 points.
Yeah, I thought he did well. On the other side, listen, Demotte's impressive. They've got good length. They can shoot. I honestly think they kind of got caught up in the tempo of Elwood just a little bit in quarter two. While they weren't in any hurry and they can play at that tempo, they're also a ball club, Greg, that can pick it up if they want to. And if they did and it's successful, I'm not sure Elwood can handle their pace like they're handling Elwood's pace.
If you're Ryan Van Skyhock, the coach at Elwood, what is your message to your guys at the break?
Patience, just good basketball decision. And I think he got their attention by defense. He called that timeout, and I love that. You called it a coaching moment, and you're dead right. Those are the types of small things, communication, switches, all those types of things are teaching moments, and they cannot allow Demotte to have those wide open shots.
Demotte Christian scored the first 10, and they have basically led by between 10 and 13 about ever since. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with our first half highlights, first half scoring as well. Again, presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. You are watching the Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
And that'll volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness, give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness. As the highlights fly by, let's walk you through scoring in half number one. First of all, Demotte Christian with a lead, 27-17 over Elwood. They have led the entirety of the game. Tony Boss the third with 13, Tanyan Baker with 7, Ben Isis with 3, Nate Rotier with 2, Brock Tooney with 2. For Elwood, they were paced by the 7 of Blaze Jones, 5 for Cam Gallegos, 3 for Corbin Level, and 2 for Ethan Cassis. I asked you about kind of the messaging from Coach Van Skyok from Elwood. Let's talk about what Coach Ethan McCamick's message to his team. Again, you've literally led since 3 seconds in. You scored off the opening tap. They've been solid. What, if anything, do you change through the Knights in half number?
I don't think you change anything as far as what they've done, what they're doing, defense and all. What I do think that he talked to them about is hitting the boards a little more multiple times. Elwood, the much smaller ball club, was able to get their hands on some balls. And also, I think part of the reason they haven't had a lot of transition, you got to rebound to have the transition game. And I think they're a much better rebounding ball club and can do that than they were in this first half.
Again, this is the first of 3 championship games. Again, it's an 18-team field. You played at a 3-team pool. You won that pool. You get to play for a championship. It's really kind of 3 16 tournaments over the course of these 2 days. Our 6 o'clock game, the home school, as in Frankton, will take on Heritage. Then our 8 o'clock game, we'll see Blackford and Randolph Southern square off. At the break, it is Demotte Christian 27 and Elwood 17. Third quarter action comes your way next. Presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. You're watching the Pizza Hut Central Indiana Classic right here on ISC.
Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half.
Throw it up for Tillman.
Whoa, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn. What a swim! Six of them!
The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Back at Frankton High School, the Eagles Nest. Greg Rakestraw, Jan Bozier with you here on the ISC Sports Network. Today's broadcast made possible by our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo. And they are the hydration partner for 26 high schools across north central Indiana, including 4 of the ones playing in this tournament. That would be Elwood, Eastern, Tri-Central, and North Judson San Pierre. Find out more at cckokomo.com.
Well, good start here, Greg, by either team. Could really push this game a direction or the other. You kind of feel like Demotte has that ability to kick it in and take over, but Elwood, if they can get off to a good start, maybe we got a ball game.
See an immediate trap by Elwood. Leads an open 3 that does not go.
Good check out by the Panthers. Those are the things you have to do if you're going to compete with a team like Demotte.
Rotier took that and missed. Avoiding a turnover are the Panthers. The shot, though, maybe a bit quick by Etchison. Nice pass. Rotier got it.
Backside cut. Found out his partner was in trouble, and always move when your partner's in trouble and get yourself open. That's a nice move.
Now this, you can tell it's a group that has played together for some time at Demotte Christian. They share the basketball exceedingly well. They got off to a great start at half number 1, trying to replicate that in half number 2. However, miscommunication that time. And that ball was tipped, hence why he could kind of come back down with it. There he goes.
There you go. Make a hustle play and then back it up with a three. And nice little turnaround play by the Panthers.
Ends up gaining a point in the exchange, but Boss left alone. And again, that's
a no-no. You know, for a 1A ball club, they are a tall team. They really have some good height on this ball club.
Boss with 15. The Boss gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar. First foul against either team here in half number 2. Etchison will have a seat as Wooten will check back in. Etchison a senior, Wooten a junior. Elwood's kind of hanging around in this one. And jump ball. Which will stay here. It's been, frankly, a low turnover game. You can literally break it down to, simply put, Demotte Christian has made more shots than Elwood has in this one.
Yeah, and they did it early. And then since that time, Elwood's kind of held serve and can't make much of a dent in it.
That took Elwood 7 minutes to get on the board today. Playing catch-up ever since. Boss races ahead, and Gallegos was...
It's not a bad foul.
Yep, not going to allow the layup.
Nope, that's a good foul.
And did so in a not too damaging method.
See, and I really kind of felt like that's really the first look at a transition-type opportunity. I felt like coming into this game, that's a part, if they rebound, they could really exploit was the transition game, and Really, they haven't had a lot of it, Greg.
Alan Gallegos is second. Boss. The good scorers do not waste points at the line. He's made all 4.
Yes, sir. Good form.
Last year, 9-15. Previous year, 19 wins and a sectional championship. Makes that one 2.
Now, once again, Elwood's finding themselves in a little bit of a danger zone. They've got to play good ball here to keep in stride with Demotte.
Pull up from the baseline. Does not go. Loss again.
Oh, good pass. He wasn't
For
ready.
a teammate. Rotier collects and scores.
Yeah, recovers nicely. Demotte really moving well that time and got everybody moving, and that's a problem up to 15, Greg.
Full timeout for Elwood. We will step aside and take it with them. 35-20 is the score in favor of Demotte Christian. We're back in a moment as you're watching on ISC.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Good coverage today presented by our friends at Coca-Cola Bottling of Kokomo. They have been your Coca-Cola bottler in north central Indiana since 1907. They're the hydration partner of 26 schools in the area, including the Elwood Panthers. Find out more about the part of the community that Coca-Cola of Kokomo has turned into over more than a century of work when you log on to cckokomo.com.
Kind of got the field house look to it, doesn't it, Greg? You look up at the roof and the up on the stage.
It's a neat venue.
It is. This is really cool.
We're going to retrofit it a little bit in terms of the bleachers to have practice space, stage, and permanent bleachers at one end. Frankton, a school that did not win a boys basketball sectional title until the class basketball era back in 2012. We'll see them coming up in the next game. They take on Heritage. Heritage just east of Fort Wayne, in case you're unfamiliar with the Patriots. On the drive, shot blocked.
Very well timed by Demotte.
That was Baker. And Baker rewarded for the defensive hustle.
And then runs the floor on the backside. That's what you want out of your players. Make a good defensive play and then a really good hustle play back at the other end, running the floor. How about that pass? Take a look here, Greg. See, he makes the block. He makes the block right there, and he was the farthest, and he was up the court the quickest. How's that?
There are 4 teams in their 8-team sectional that have 6 wins or more. They're in that group as Baker misses that. And Rotier got walloped by his own teammates. He is just now kind of getting back into it. That's going to be a foul against Demotte Christian. Now we can go back and check on the injured player for Demotte Christian. So the foul goes against ISIS, and now we will make sure the injured player is taken care of.
He may have got poked in the eye a little bit.
I think he ran to the shoulder of his own teammate, I think, going for the loose ball. So Rotier will check out. Brock Tooney will come in to replace him. And you are seeing the first free throws of the game for Elwood. And frankly, Jan, it's because they've been somewhat content to settle for threes.
Yeah.
And frankly, when they have driven the ball, they have done so successfully to where they have scored.
No, that's a good point. And they're a ball club, the way they play and how they score. They need to find themselves to the free throw line a little bit more if they can get there.
Making 1 of 2. And Tooney.
Too easy.
Well, again, we saw that issue in the first half, just defensive communication.
Yeah.
He just checked in. Who you got? Nobody had 23.
Communication is as big as anything you do on defense. Especially when you're playing quick teams, and I would certainly put Demotte under a relatively quick team.
Wooten, shot block. That's Boss, but See if they get him on the reach over, they get the player underneath. They're going to get Boss. That'll be his second. Wooten to shoot 2. Get the score in today's game.
Well, it's got a pretty good game coming up against Tri-County, who's
Correct.
got a decent season going. Then they kind of really hit a part of their season where they should really roll off some serious wins if they stay focused. Then their their schedule ends up with really 4 tough games with West Central, Frontier, Boone Grove, and Winnemac, all pretty good ball clubs.
That West Central game could be kind of the indication as to who's the favorite to win that section. And first time that Demotte Christian just kind of got sped up the entire game.
Well, they have a surprising average of about 13, 14 turnovers a game, but they've not turned it over a lot today.
Mention the fact they lost to Couts. They are not in the same section as Couts. That would also be a foul.
Couts is really good. They're having a really good season in 1A.
So, all right, so that's on Boss, and that's his third. Even though it's a 17-point game every through the third quarter, now you just got a bit of a wrinkle thrown at you if you're Demotte Christian.
Is it fair to say that Couts have that, we talk about your school and other schools having a run of athletes. Is it fair to say Couts has got their run of pretty good athletes, right?
Obviously, what they did in baseball last year.
Right.
Some of those kids kind of carry over.
And then football.
Couts were the runners-up in 1A 5 years ago to Bar Reeve. At least they're good enough everyone knows how to pronounce their town's name now these days, Jim.
Their name has got a ton of recognition.
That's right.
And I've probably been one of the guilty ones early on.
You knocked out of the park. Tough take. Good crash. Jump ball, which the arrow points in the direction of Demotte Christian. Couts is in sectional 49, which has the Washington Township, Morgan Township group. Demotte Christian's in 50, kind of the next group as you go through the nomenclature of Indiana sectionals.
Pioneer up north had a few years where they just rolled athletes through Pioneer.
Yep, and obviously made the 1A football final this year, too.
Yeah, they sure did.
I would say, yep, that's four. Bosch just picked up his 4th. And that's one where when you've got 3, you can't run that risk of throwing that arm out there, which he did.
You talk about Pioneer, and especially in football, but they had one of the smallest football teams they've had in years and still made it to the state. Quantity of players-wise, what I was referring to.
If Elwood's got the best player, just exit the floor. So if Elwood's got a chance, here it is. This will come down to what Demotte can do defensively.
Big possession right here.
Boss sits with 4 fouls. Etchison for 3. Not that time, but Wooten. And
there you go. I like it. What I really like about that is the fact after he rebounded, Greg, he's a wide body. He put a little bit of physicality going up. Take a look here. Fights hard for the rebound. Now see how he uses that physical? Took a step towards the rim and just went straight up. No way the defense, if you allow that, can handle that. It's a big play.
Wooten. Rotier's playing with 3. So he's got to be careful as well. Good to see, frankly, he's back out there getting kind of popped in the face and by his own teammate a couple of minutes ago. So there's a 15-point lead, but not exactly a feeling of comfort for Demotte Christian. And then Rotier is held after the 2 teams exchange turnovers. Substitution ready to come in for Elwood. Gallegos picked up his 3rd foul. And if you're Demotte Christian, you're in no hurry here.
Nope.
You're trying to shorten things up with your best player on the bench.
Better defense out of the Panthers. They're switching on everything now, and I think it's probably the right call because, Greg, they were struggling, if you remember, and not communicating. So now they're switching. I think it's helped their defense out a little bit.
Cass's runner does not go. And then Wooten ties up Tanyan Baker. The arrow will keep it here. But going back to the other possession, that's exactly how you draw it up if you're Demotte Christian on the offensive end. Corbin Level will check in. Edgson will have a seat. There goes returns with 3 fouls. And that will be, let's see here.
I think you got an offensive foul on this.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's Demotte Christian playing through the screen. That should be 2 free throws, yep. That's Baker, the foul, his second. And Jones will shoot 2.
Boy, if somehow you could, if you're Elwood, you could race that beginning. They haven't played that bad the rest of the game, but just dug themselves that hole, and now you got to get stops and get points and supplement all that you weren't able to do in quarter 1.
And that's going to be a foul against Elwood. Cassis. Free throws off that one. The next one sends Demotte Christian to the free throw line. And you are forced to trap because of the score, but it also works out well because of who is not in the game for Demotte Christian. As Rotier misses.
Yeah,
Baker
that's a good
picks
call.
up the foul.
I like what Elwood did there. Felt like they've got to find a few other ways to score. If there's any way you can throw in some transition points, talked about that in the keys. They had to find some of those just to find other ways to score.
For Demotte Christian, Boss has 4, Baker has 3, Rotier has 3. And again, you and I are seeing these teams for the first time. So I'm not sure if Demotte Christian plays much, if any, zone. If you do, now might be the time to trot it out. Here's Cassis. And misses. And obviously what Elwood has to do, if they're giving you free points in the line, you got to take them.
Yeah, they've not hit very well here in quarter 3. There you go. And there's so much pressure on them to hit free throws because playing from behind, and that's a travel.
Yep, correct.
Yep. That's defensive force to make a team travel. That's exactly what happened. Good call by the official. Little small things sometimes, Greg. It's funny game sometimes how you can do certain little things and get the ball.
But yet it's still a 16-point game. It has that feeling of teetering for Demotte Christian.
Yeah.
But Elwood has not made up the deficit. Three for Level is good.
Listen, he wanted that ball from the time he set up. I don't know if he felt it. I don't know if it was spot or both, but he called for that ball. There you go. Oh.
Step out of bounds, Gallegos. Let's go back to that last 3.
I like calling for the ball. Look at this. Give me the ball. And you better hit it if you're going to call for it.
On the side of the floor by his lonesome.
Yes, sir. Good shot.
So at 13, this is as close as this has been for a while. Foul called against Elwood.
How about the Panthers finding another gear right here, Greg?
Cassis picks up his 3rd. Baker to shoot 2. I think now the question is for Demotte Christian, when do you put Boss back out there with 4 fouls?
Well, I don't think you have to be in any hurry with this lead. If they make a 2 to 3 possession score run, then maybe you do. But I think you at least hold him through the quarter.
Christian. Before yesterday, hadn't played since December the 16th.
It's a long time.
No signs of rust here in the tournament. The step through and score.
Well, I like the energy that somehow Elwood has found here in the last couple minutes. That pass.
Yeah, bit of a loose pass, but couldn't hang on to the turnover. On the drive, left it short. That was Titus Terpstra that missed.
There you go.
Wave off the shot, but that's on Baker, and it's his fourth. And again, this is life in 1A basketball.
It is.
You just don't play that many guys, and so now 2 of your best players each have 4 fouls, and they're going to roll Boss back out with 4.
Elwood's got to learn how to play with the same energy they've been playing with the last 2 or 3 minutes. They have played at a different level with their pressure.
Agos becomes the first Elwood player in double figures.
Here's Boss. Brings him in for offense, Greg.
Both of them made by Elwood.
Pretty good ball handler for 6'6".
And that's a foul against Elwood. Now 2 free throws coming up for Ben Isis. Agos picks up his 4th. So both teams leading scorers now each have 4 fouls, and we have yet to get to the 4th quarter.
Should have a good one next game. I've been looking forward to that one. That should be fun.
Well, Frankton has gotten themselves to a point as a program where you simply expect them to be good every year.
Heritage is pretty good too.
So Zylstra back in now for Demotte Christian. I'd imagine they go offense, defense with Boss as many times as they can. Elwood wants to hold for 1. But when you get a layup, they'll take it.
Oh, got to finish that.
Just missed it.
Good little move. Demotte just needs to be
But no Baker and no Boss on the floor.
smart with the ball.
This is a group that doesn't play together often. They got a good look, just couldn't get it to go. 44-32, Demotte Christian has the lead with 8 minutes left to play. We're watching our first of 3 championship games of the Pizza Central Indiana Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
It still is Christmas season.
Somebody's hungry.
Just
I like it. That would taste pretty good right about now, actually.
trust me, we get free hospitality food, buddy. We're fine.
We're heading.
When your tournament sponsor is Pizza Hut, you're in good shape.
Assuming I can find it this time.
5-out offense here for Demotte Christian.
Well, let's see how these teams both finish. Demotte's just been steady, Greg. Extended this lead by 2 after 3 quarters. They have been super consistent offensively.
Blocking foul on Etchison. And again, I think Elwood will be aggressive against Boss, just trying to, nothing else, bait him into a fifth foul.
Absolutely, I would. That's good basketball. Go right after him.
Rotier.
Better help by Elwood that time. Backside help.
Running out Fine Boss, your leading scorer. Averaging 19 and a half a game, has 17. Sat for a good chunk of the third quarter. After picking up fouls 2, 3, and 4 in pretty quick order.
Elwood's got to chip away, Greg. They don't have to get something every time, but they got to make up some space here.
Level for 3, no. Good look that wouldn't go. And then, no reason to give that foul there if you're Schuler.
Boy, that 3, that looked good. That was a good shot, I thought, by Elwood. He's a guy who just hit one. Boy, you hit that one, and all of a sudden,
Almost a steal. Rotier turns down the 3 to get that look from 2 and then got fouled. And it's probably that part of the game where that's where the shots need to come from for Demotte Christian.
yeah, that was a good open shot, and Elwood missed a check out, and he was banging away at the glass and got an offensive board, and that's what happens when you hustle around the rim.
I think there's some conversation. Should it be a shooting foul? And I would say yes.
I would say yes, too. How could it not be?
Yep.
And they say no. I thought we outvoted him 2-1, but apparently our votes didn't count.
Rodney's opinion counts way more than ours.
I guess so.
And Rodney has a great trait as an official.
Let's see.
You can disagree with him, and he'll smile at you, and you'll send it, all right.
Shot.
But yes, that's.
Sure looked like a shot to me.
Yeah.
We're allowed to disagree now and then.
I have known Rodney for a long time.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
One of my favorite officials. Catch and shoot 3 does not go. Great rebound.
Another good rebound by Demotte.
Rotier left alone. That was Isis that couldn't get it to go. Terpstra, yeah, correct. He hopped, yep. Just took an extra step trying to get set. There was some contact there, yes, but I'd agree with that. I thought the step was before the foul. Gallegos barely grazed the rim.
Awful quick. That far out.
Let's stay here to Elwood. And our next game at 6, featuring Frankton and Heritage. Blackford and Randolph Southern round out our day. All games today at Frankton. Both this gym and the auxiliary gym were in use earlier. Boss again. Such a difference when he's in the game.
Yeah. On both ends of the court, quite honestly.
Step through by Rotier does not go. Cassis again. Boss with 4 fouls.
There you go.
Won't give him a thing.
Smart play. Go right at him. Back
Cassis
to 10.
Gets the bucket. Timeout called by Elwood. A full timeout. And we'll step aside with him. 5:17 to play. 10-point lead for Mount Christian. You're watching on ISC.
And little volley, oh my goodness. What a touch for the goal. Jumped over by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness. Give it to him. Rolls through the lane, and he knocks him. Oh my goodness.
Full court pickup by Elwood. The Panthers have one more timeout they can take the rest of the game. This lead is getting kind of down between 10 and 15 most of the way. Boss lines it up, missed it. Taking a couple of those here in the fourth quarter. Gallegos had to be careful because he's playing with 4 fouls too. Gonna try to trap and get the ball out of Boss's hands. That's where the ball needs to go, even though Tooney missed it. And timeout given, a 30-second timeout given to Demotte Christian. So they have 3 remaining with 4:45 left to go.
Elwood just not able to take advantage of some opportunities a couple times now. They are behind by 10 and have had a couple opportunities, cut that thing by 2 a couple times and just not able to get it in.
This team's given the first horn. Elwood has 1 more foul to give. Demotte Christian has a full complement of fouls if needed. The problem is they're out of players to give said fouls.
You don't think it's been impressive about Demotte in this game is they don't beat themselves. Haven't really turned it over much.
Boss in the basket dive.
Really good pass. That's a set play out of bounds, and they take full advantage of that.
Sometimes the game is as simple. Give it to your best player and let him go to work. Gordon, deep 3, no. Baker saves. Love the hustle by Elwood on defense.
Yeah, and I think they've been doing that. That's a piece if you go, I'm kind of pleased. You're never pleased about, being behind or whatever, but I really feel like, Greg, in the second half, their level of hustle has been pretty good. They being Elwood.
So Gordon commits the foul. Boss to the line. And trying to get to his average on the year of 19.5 points a game. And got it to go.
Boy, and they have been super consistent. They've gotten to the line and they've hit it a high percentage.
Well, primarily because he's been the one shooting them.
Yeah, they average just over 72+%. And he's higher than that probably.
Came in at 92% of the season.
Yeah.
And has made all 7 he has taken today.
And that's a huge advantage. When you've got a guy that if he can get to the line and hits at that percentage, that's huge.
Easy look that time for Elwood. That's as easy as they have had the entire game. That's Schuler who gets his first bucket. At the other end, bucket is good.
3 passes and a bucket. I'd say that's efficient.
Isis with 8. Gordon trying to answer. Left it short. Another rebound for Boss. You keep track of points during the course of the game and other stats too, but he averages basically a half a point and a half a rebound shy of a double-double every game. I would assume he is there on the rebounds already today. The game of keep away is on for Demotte Christian. No fouls to give for Elwood. Baker. Give it to him. Baker with 13. And for all the things that Elwood has done right, they're still down by 16 points.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, some of the fans not super excited about this.
I would say that's a good bucket.
Well, the official agrees with you. That's all that matters.
And again, that is not the old NBA continuation, but the college is trying to kind of go to that direction.
Yeah.
They tend to call it on the gather.
I will say this.
I would agree with that.
I didn't like it so much the first time, but replay made me buy in a little more.
Correct.
And then you solidified it, and I wasn't going to go against you.
I would also agree with a no call. And they're going to call a flop warning.
I don't think I've seen that all year.
You get, again, that's more of a college rule.
Yeah, it is a rule,
but again, it's not possession.
No,
right.
It's just a warning.
Correct.
But I have not, all the games I've done so far this year, I don't think I've seen it.
You see it far more in college than you do in the high school level.
Well, they perfected it at the higher levels.
This is also true.
You got to be a good flopper.
ISIS forgot one important thing, the ball.
Well, it's gotten ever so slightly out of control here in the last couple. See if we can reel this thing back in a little bit.
And you can see the progress that Elwood is making.
No question.
Level. Drew the contact, yep. They'll get 3 free throws.
Well, we talked about it in the opening. If they're going to win games, at least early, until their offense continues to get a little more consistent, is they got to win it with their pressure. I thought their pressure was better in the second half of the game than it was the first half of the game.
Makes this one.
But that being said, Demotte's a hard team to press because they got 5 guys that handle the ball pretty well, and they don't dribble. The thing I like about Demotte, 3 passes, bucket. There wasn't one single dribble in that. That's the way you break a press.
They are going to be a tough out in 1A.
I agree. They are solid. They are a very solid 1A ball club. Completely agree with that.
Level makes all 3, 14-point game. And ISIS. Terpstra turns it down. That's impressive. And Boss, realizing no good place to pass there, I'll call a timeout. 30-second timeout. Again, let's thank our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo, making this broadcast possible on the ISC Sports Network. Coca-Cola of Kokomo services 26 schools throughout north central Indiana, including the Elwood Panthers. They are proud to keep the Panthers hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. Find out more about what the great folks at Coca-Cola of Kokomo offer at cckokomo.com.
Well, you got to think if Demotte hangs on, and clearly they've led throughout this game and can pick up 3 wins here in this holiday break, that's got to make you feel pretty good. I mean, they've out to a really good start and continue to be consistent. They are very good looking. They got all the pieces. You know, they got good length. They got mismatch. I mean, with Boss out front, that's a problem guarding sometimes, especially when he goes inside, but then he can take you outside too. I'm with you. I think they are solid.
And again, Boss wants the ball so he can get fouled. Such a good free throw shooter. And again, you're not shooting that shot right now. You were earlier. You're not now if you're Demotte Christian. It is layups and free throws. And there's a foul. So 2 free throws coming up for Brock Tooney. Gallegos has fouled out.
You know, Greg, Elwood has really in the next 4 games very winnable games, and I think that they have gotten better. I've always believed that you get better by playing good competition. Sometimes you don't have the victory that you want, but sometimes you need to play against that good competition. Now you've got 4 games, so hopefully you can take what you've gotten better with these teams like Demotte and put a 3 or 4 winning streak together.
Demotte Christian, as of the last classification cycle 2 years ago, 384 of 403 in terms of enrollment to play boys basketball. Time had 119 students. Lost the handle. Foul on the floor. That goes against Isis, his second. Just the second foul of the quarter.
You know, if you look at this Elwood schedule and 5-3, probably short of something miraculous, we'll go 5-4. Then you put 4 wins together. You know, it's realistic. They could be 9-4 here halfway through the season. For Elwood taking another step, that's not a bad deal.
5 wins last year, a couple of 8-win seasons before that. Your last winning season for the Panthers 12 years ago. Now the next stat isn't as kind. Elwood has not won a boys basketball sectional since 1960.
I've seen that.
But again, you are crawling before you walk if you're Elwood. That's the other stat to throw at you. They have not won a postseason game since 2009. That's the next goal.
Right. No, I completely agree. In order to rebuild something that's had those kind of numbers hang on them for a long time, it just takes a lot of changes. Mindset starts on the defensive side, and I can see, you can see the emphasis in that timeout. We're going to go back to that one more time. He's highlighted the fact you got to play defense if you're going to win.
Tooney. It's a great job by Demotte Christian to just keep the ball in Boss's hand, knowing we're going to foul him. Trying to shrink the game a little bit. I have about a 30-minute gap between game 1 and game 2, at least of our coverage day. This is game 4 and game 5 of the day here at Frankton. You mentioned the smaller enrollment of Demotte Christian. The team that was right above them on the enrollment charts played in the game before this one, that being Crothersville, a place that Jan has ever been.
No.
And I have been way too many times to count.
Nope, you've got me on another one. I mean, seriously, I've been all around. I don't even think I've been by this high school. And I don't live that far from here.
Tooney misses them both.
Son played college up the street, went by it a lot, but a few miles down.
3 does not go. Boss gets the rebound again, and then Boss love the sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Elwood has checked in both Jake Bell and Keegan Davenport to get those guys a little extra experience. So for the folks in Demotte that made the long trek down for the weekend, it will be a successful one. Demotte yesterday wins over Tri-Township 63-27. Beat the Eastern Comets 61-50. And Boss will finish his day a perfect 9 of 9 from stripe.
Solid game.
Yep.
Doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's a vocal leader, then matches that with rebounding, handles the ball, passes the ball, shoots the ball.
And, you know, is he an Indiana All-Star level kid? Probably not. But here's a level I think he could be. I think he might be a top 60 workout kid at the end of the season. I think he's that level of good for this basketball
I completely
team.
agree with you, Greg. He was impressive, no doubt.
He'll finish with 23 points, and his team will finish with 3 wins. They'll take the first championship at the Pizza Central Indiana Classic by a score of 56-39. Jan, final thoughts on this one?
Listen, I thought, you know, obviously you want to come out of here with a win. Demotte comes out with 3 wins. You know, Elwood picked up some wins too, but I thought Elwood got better defensively. And if they're going to make that next step, it's got to be getting better defensively, and I thought they did that. You and I have highlighted this Demotte team can make some noise. They keep getting a little better. They're really good now, and if they can get better, look out come March.
Gallegos with 11, 9 for Blaze Jones, 9 for Corbin Level to lead the way for Elwood. Again, Boss with 23, Baker with 14. Those are the 2 players in double figures for Demotte Christian. Brent Brobston, head coach at Frankton, and the AD at Frankton will present the pool championship to Demotte Christian in one of 3 trophies like this one that will get handed out today.
Good for them. Never take for granted you get to hold a trophy.
And again, they got a chance of doing one of those again come that first weekend in March. Tell you what, with that, let's give our crew a bit of a breather, shall we? We'll come back in about 30 minutes for game number 2, featuring the Frankton Eagles as they take on Heritage for our second pool championship at 6 o'clock. For Jan Bosch, Vince Morales, and Jordan Shue, this is Greg Rakestraw. Thanks to our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo for presenting the Pizza Central Indiana Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.